Hi Year 3, it's 18th of January, Monday, and this is your art activity if you choose to accept it. You will need tin foil, and you'll need quite a lot of it. We're going to make sculptures today inspired by the sculptor Giacometti, who made rather strange, emaciated looking figures, people. So this is what you'll need to do. First of all, you need your foil, and you need a really long length of it. Probably about as long as your, how should we say, about 60 centimetres, 50, 60 centimetres. So rip it off. And then what you do is that you roll it. It doesn't have to be beautiful, just roll it. And then you squish it down. So you're making a long, crunched up, scrunched up foil stick, like a great big chip out of foil. You might find it better to do that to make it compact. Okay, right. So that's one. Here's one I just made, but here are some I made earlier. So I did a really long one for his arms. In the middle, I've left it sort of it's not been tapered in the middle. It's quite fat in the middle. For his legs, same difference. And there's one that's slightly shorter. It's probably about half the length, which is going to be for his torso. That means his body bit. And attached to his torso is a funny looking head. So I've flattened one out. You might say that looks nothing like a head, but according to Giacometti, his sculptures look a bit like this. So that's the head. That's his torso. And what I'm going to do is with his arms don't come off here. His arms actually come off near his neck, because your shoulder blades with your arms on it are kind of up here. So I'm going to put the fat bit in front, and I'm going to wrap his arms like a scarf around his neck. And then I'm going to squish them, I'm going to squash them. And that makes his arms attached. He's got very long arms. And then I'm going to do the same sort of with his legs. So his arms, and his legs. I'm going to fold his legs in half. And I'm going to hook his legs on with like a hook. You see it, sort of. And then I'm going to twist it backwards to make a sort of pelvis. And the pelvis is the bone that holds your legs and your body together. And I'm going to pinch them and crush them to try and make them seal. Now, it's quite hard to show you on a small camera, but now I've got kind of a strange looking stick man, a very emaciated, skinny stick man. And the great thing about the stick man is that he's malleable, he's bendy. So you can put your stick man into all sorts of different positions. I'm going to put the shoulder blades in a bit more. It's going to have some more shoulders, bit of a gap there, bit of a gap there. And where the elbows would be, about halfway down, you can move his arms. And the same with the knees as well. So about halfway down his legs, about there, he's got a knee joint. There he is. And then at the end of his legs, about a thumb in, he's got feet. So from starting off with just foil, you've now got sort of a very odd looking sculpture. It's very hard to show you on a short camera, but you can make your sculpture jubilant. Yes, I am the greatest. I am the greatest monster, foil monster ever. You can make him downcast. You can make him hunched over and glum looking. Oh, he's a sad person now. And you can do all sorts of things with him. You make him do the splits. You can make him disco dance. You can make all sorts of things happen. Okay. Now, I know some people have got plaster of Paris at home, and it's like plaster you use for crafts and things. But if you dip this in plaster of Paris, you get a really lovely effect. But I think it's kind of lovely on its own. Okay? When they're standing, particularly if you make a group of them, they look really, really, well, frankly eerie, but also kind of striking. So good luck with that. I'd love to see if you make one. I will put some information about Giacometti, the sculpture, at the top, so you can see how he makes his. Good luck.